Yeah, right guys, how's it going? Welcome back to this interview, the channel for Southampton content. Tom here, and it's time to get into the predicted starting 11 ahead of this weekend's clash against Aston Villa at Villa Park. Obviously, it's a big game. We're level on points with them actually going into the game. Goal difference, obviously, theirs is a lot better due to the fact we were trounced 9-0 by Leicester early in the season. If it wasn't for that game, we'd be near on the same. So, if we could beat them this weekend, it would also take us above them, obviously, but it would damage the goal difference and try and get it a bit back to how it was at the start of the season, because that could be a big problem for us moving forward. I think bar Norwich and Watford, our goal difference is one of the worst by quite a long way down there, so that's something that needs addressing. Right, let's get into it. So between the sticks, I think he'll stick with that. I think Hassan will stick with Alex McCarthy. Again, it's not really much in it. Gunn McCarthy, but the fact he's been playing McCarthy lately suggests he's in favour. So I think there's no reason to change him. He's made a couple of mistakes maybe, but they're both going to make mistakes, so it's don't really matter who you play, to be honest. So I think McCarthy in goal. Right back, I think Cedric Valerie's been confirmed out today till 2020, so that it'll definitely be Cedric. Right back, he's been getting a lot of criticism lately, maybe fair criticism, but yeah, I think he'll start this game. Centre backs, I personally like to see a change, but I don't think Ralph will make one. I think Stevens and Bednarak will keep going. They've done all right, but we're still licking goals, so there's something's not quite right there. But they're going to keep their place inside, I think. Left back Bertrand again. He's had a couple against Matt's Target, didn't he? Obviously, he was ahead of him for a lot of the time at Saints, and that's why Target moved up to Birmingham to play for Villa. But yeah, I think Bertrand will start this game. He hasn't really got many other options other than Vokins, but Ralph hasn't really decided to pick him, so I think it will be Bertrand. In the midfield, I think Ward-Prowse and Højbjerg. Maybe both haven't been quite at their best, particularly Højbjerg lately, but I think Ralph likes them both and he's going to stick with them. Obviously, Højbjerg's captain and Prowse, he's good on the free kicks, penalties, corners, so he deserves to start this game. And this is where I think he will make a change. He has to make a change. Gineppo's ruled out with a hamstring injury, so I think Armstrong will come back in. Having missed the last few games, obviously came back in for sub on the bench last week, but he's been away from the team injured for quite a while, so I think they're here coming back into the side. Either part of the midfield three or maybe on the left side, time will tell. But he'd be come back in the side for me. And then Redmond on the other side. I think again he's not been great, but we haven't got too many options in that position. Gineppo obviously out. Buffel touch and go whether he's going to even be on the bench. So Redmond has to start this game, I think. Then up top, I think Ralph will stick the same. A lot of fans have been calling for Chadams to play. Obviously the Villa thing with Birmingham player, sorry. Obviously he'd love to score, and especially in front of the whole end or something like that. But I think Ralph will stick with Long and Ings. Obviously Ings didn't score last time out. Very unlucky not to score actually. Had a goal disallowed, hit the bar, hit the post, so it was very unfortunate not to keep that run going. It would have been 6 in a row, but this is a real chance of getting to get another goal for Ings. And Long, he needs a goal, but his work rate doesn't go unnoticed from the fans, and I think he deserves his place inside at the moment, and Ralph will stick with them. Let's go through the team back in full. McCarthy in goal, right back Cedric, centre backs of Bednarak and Stevens, left back Bertrand, midfield of Ward-Prowse, Højbjerg, and then Armstrong, Redmond a bit further forward with Long and Ings up top. Let us know what you think of that team. Would you make any changes? Do you think Ralph will go to anything different? Obviously it's pretty limited. He doesn't seem to use many other players, so it's a difficult one really, but let us know what you think. Check out Dan's preview as well. He's spoken to Villa on tour. A lot of us, me, Dan, Liam and a few of us are heading up there. So we're going to catch up with the Villa on tour guys. But don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Cheers.